and welcome back to Star Wars The Force Unleashed on Steam. I am One Wild Sheep yet again, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are returning to Felucia, and we're actually going to deal with the second visit to this world. Now, in the second visit, the world has changed quite a dramatic amount. Dramatic is that a word? Well, it's changed quite a bit, basically, folks. We got a lot of new things to deal with, like these stormtrooper enemies, which honestly are a lot less of a hassle to take care of, actually, compared to the Felucians. The Felucians are really still your big threat, but you still have to deal with stormtroopers who now have shockwave sort of electrical shotgun thingies, which they may have had earlier, but I never really noticed them shooting me earlier with them, so there's that. But honestly, the stormtroopers are literally like they have been throughout the rest of this game. You know, they've been pretty pathetic, to say the least. And I still have to say, I still love when you like pick up those teeth things from the ground. It's the squishy animation a floor makes. It's just, I don't know why. It makes me feel all tingly inside. Yes. But that holocron right there is probably the most annoying one it gets, just because you need to position yourself just right on the edge of this your tooth thingy, and you need to try to double jump. It's kind of awkward though to double jump and land, and honestly it's a really annoying force field I get. Not as annoying as some we might find later on, but still, it's there. You know, you gotta pick it up if you want to power your skills up and all that good jazz. But anyway, this, folks, is pretty much past the halfway point of the game, I believe. So this is where the game's going to start ramping up in difficulty. So people are going to start hurting you a lot more. And as you can see, my health bar is going down a lot quicker than it used to. All the enemies have sort of been buffed up. There's more enemies to deal with. Overall, it's not a good time. Jesus, I just decimated him. Well, it is a good time if you like challenge, you know. This is where the game starts getting pretty damn challenging. It's still doable. I mean, this game never gets to the level of difficulty that makes you go, oh my god, this game sucks, get the solar controller out the window. It never gets that bad. But it is pretty tricky. Anyway, just like in one of the previous missions, we go down here. There's a little area that's not on the minimap at the top left of the screen, and I don't like it when LucasArts, when LucasArts did this, I just don't like that. If you've got an area, you put it on a minimap, you don't hide it. But then again, it doesn't matter because we get the best colored lightsaber of all, the green lightsaber. And if you really want, you can sort of try and pretend that you're Yoda from this point on.
Into the potholes you must go. Angry I am.
But that's beside the point. Anyway, now we're done this first little area. This world does probably go on. It's not much longer than the original visit to Felucia, now that I think about it, because the original Felucia was like a two-parter. This world is also going to be a two-parter if I remember my editing correctly, folks. So yeah. Of course, granted, I edited this video like a month ago, so I honestly have no idea. Okay, that's an exaggeration. It was a month ago. It was like 3 weeks. But still, you know, time goes. I don't record all these videos in one go, folks. You see, I have breaks, you know? I just record enough videos so you people don't notice my breaks. That's why I upload every day. But I'm beside the point. Just Shock Trooper, just deal with him the old-fashioned way. And well, not Shock Trooper, Purge Trooper. Now these Purge Troopers, I think they're based off of the Dark Troopers. Like, if none of you know, the Dark Troopers were basically these super mechs that was introduced back in Star Wars Dark Forces. I believe that was the game they were introduced in anyway. And if those of you who never played that game, Star Wars Dark Forces was such a good time. You get to play as basically what I consider this universe's version of Chuck Norris. You know, you play as Kal Katarn, who's like this mercenary X thing. It was a good time. I may actually cover that for the channel at some point in the future. It depends how I feel. But of course, like I said, this part of the game is where everything is just out to kill you. Well, and also be very careful, because I've noticed these little explosive plant thingies Even though they're very useful to have, I have noticed myself getting hurt by them because I'm too close to the explosion when I throw them. So, yeah, being eco-friendly and all that is a must if you want to beat the enemies, but, don't rely on them too much because you may just have a bit of issue and, whoa, that sounded a bit glitchy. I just wanted to jump on you. For some reason this part of the game is very awkward in terms of traversal. I'm doing this completely wrong way, by the way. You can't get that holocron just yet. Just continue moving forward to that suspicious looking cobweb patch and... oh, another chicken walker. Yeah, that's just a thought that occurred to me. They kind of remind me of chickens, these AT walkers, don't they? It's probably the way that how derpy the walking cycle looks. I don't know. I'm just picturing them as chickens now. There needs to be a mod out there where you just whenever you destroy these walkers, all you hear is you know. That would be interesting. Well, I wouldn't pay for that, but modders, get on it. I would love to install that. That'd be hilarious. But anyway, same tactic as always applies to these things. Throw shit from afar or electrocute it whenever you get a chance. Throwing the stuff is always the best tactic, I feel, because his health just goes down really quick and level up. One thing I want to say about level up systems, and this is also about level up systems in more games than just this one. Basically, when you level up, your character sort of has a yellow, glowy, Super Saiyan sort of aura around them. I don't know why, but I always love it in games when level ups are really flashy. I don't know why. It's just a weird thing I have. Like, in X-Men Origins Wolverine literally turns Super Saiyan for half a second. And it just makes me go, oh my god, I'm gotten stronger! You know? It just gives you a sense of, oh my god, you're getting really powerful, man. It's probably, I don't know, I like a lot of games that do that. Like, there's MMOs, for example, tend to do that sort of thing a lot. Like, I think it was World of Warcraft? I don't know, I haven't played that game in years. But, back when I used to play World of Warcraft, there was like this effect I used to have on, so... whenever you level up, it just looked like you were going Super Saiyan. It was amazing. More games need effects like that if they have level up systems, that's all I'm saying. I mean, it's a video game. You don't expect these things to be ultra realistic, do you? And if they are ultra realistic, it's usually to the game's detriment. Like, I'm still saying The Last of Us should have been a movie, but that's something for another time, you know? Seriously, I wasn't a big fan of The Last of Us. I really think that was better off as a movie. But time to destroy another walker! Yes! You know, I kind of feel sorry for the stormtroopers actually as well, if you think about it, because they're not all clones anymore. Like, not many people know this, but a lot of the stormtroopers from this time onwards, when the Empire is ruling, they're all recruits. They're people that signed up for the army and stuff like that, you know? So I kind of feel sorry for them, because they're just doing their job, and then you have a random Sith coming out of nowhere. I'm gonna destroy you all! And it's not their fault. They could be very nice people. They just happen to work for a very bad person, you know? Ethical discussions in my Star Wars playthroughs. All the time, folks. But anyway, by here, what we want to do is we need to clear out this area of all these stormtrooper guys, because there's an electrical mech thingy generator thingy that we need to turn on. Because at the center of this giant chasm, if you notice, this is actually the chasm where we fought Shark T earlier on in the game. There is a lift that heads inside the Rancor, and yeah, basically we need to turn on all the generators, which will allow us to go inside the Rancor belly, and I don't know why I'm going all radio voice there. Go inside the Rancor belly, and then it will teach people what's what, yes. But if you guys want to get an extra force holocron thingy in this area as well, you'll notice that the tentacles of the Rancor, what's this thing called? I forget what this thing's called, but basically, Sarlacc, that's the one. The Sarlacc tentacles. as you can see, they're held up by chains. So if you want to get an extra force holocron point thingy, what I recommend is simply going up to those chains and using your lightsaber throw. This will cut the chains down, and of course you'll be perfectly fine. You'll save the thing from being in pain, and everything's good. Because we love being a good guy in a game where we're playing as a Sith, aren't we? Although, I don't know. I still want to know. I still don't understand Darth Vader's ideas about his plans, because he wants Starkiller here to create an army. He wants Starkiller to create what, as we all know, will end up being the Empire's downfall. Now, my question is, what the hell is his logic? Because, well, I know his logic because it actually gets brought up later in the game, but it's just kind of funny how Darth Vader is the actual reason why the Empire fell. You know, and as those of you know from the movies, he's also the one that killed the Emperor himself, which I'm positive we could have pulled off. We could have killed the Emperor, but that's a bit of a rage moment that I'm going to get when I get later in the game. Because there's a certain cutscene happens after the final boss, and it's... honestly, it really annoys me. It annoys me to no end. But anyway, second generator turned on. So, is this where I start? Yeah, this is where I start freeing the Sarlacc tentacles. So, like I said, lightsaber throw, and, well, you know, there's one down, 2 to go. Now, I am going to cut back to the first one that I missed earlier on, because I was an idiot and I forgot all about the side quest until Juno told me about it. So, I will backtrack to... that chain is half... graphical errors! But yeah, I'm gonna go back and free that first Sarlacc tentacle later on. I'll cut ahead though, so don't you worry your pretty little brains about it. But anyway, when we get to the third section, jump up here for a secret force holocron, which gives us 1,000, or was that 10,000? I didn't actually read it properly. Well, we get a lot of force points anyway, which is all good. And for those of you who don't know what force points are, which honestly you should know what they are at this point in the game, but basically they are the fancy Star Wars name for experience points. If you guys need enough force points, well, obviously you have more experience, you're gonna level up, and yeah. Actually, I was playing Sonic Heroes the other day, and I was kind of I just thought of myself, because in that game you can level up all the characters in each of the levels, and every time you level them up, they'll say, level up! Level up! And all that good stuff. So I was kind of wondering, how video gamey would it be if Starkiller by Heroes, every time you level up, you just shout out, level up! Whoa, upgrades. For some reason he's Keanu Reeves now. No idea why. But anyway, there's the second of the 3 Sarlacc tentacles freed. So let's go back here, and there's the last one, fine and dandy, that glitched out chain. I don't know what happened to the chain graphic there. It's like my game was like, nope, there's one core. It looks like it's being held up by nothing, basically. It's really weird. It's like my graphics card just having a hissy fit. Which happens quite a bit recently. It's kind of depressing me, because sometimes I like to play Counter-Strike Global Offensive on my PC, and sometimes like the mini-map graphics won't load, and there's things missing in the maps, and it throws me off greatly. I don't know. But anyway, with that, folks, it's time to head into the elevator! Or lift. And this'll lift our spirits, surely, because we're going down into the belly of the beast, quite literally. Belly of the beast? Seriously, this last secret little dungeon area by here is creepy. I like it, but it is insanely creepy. Like, it got all these spongy walls, and you know, it got all these feely thingies. It really feels organic. I'll give it that, but you gotta be careful, because obviously there's little hole things here, and as you saw that stormtrooper, you can get sucked into them. If you get sucked into them, instant death, ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to be sucked into these things. So whenever you see a generator, you electrocute it, it'll turn the generator on, and we'll be perfectly safe. Sorry, Juno, didn't quite catch that. But, yeah, Actually, the insides of the Sarlacc by here actually remind me a lot of Great Jabu Jabu's Belly, if any of you's ever played The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, which is actually an LP I'm getting to in the future, believe it or not, folks, so you'll see it in time if you're subscribed. But, I don't know, the insides by here just remind me so much of that, obviously with better graphics, because that was on the N64, you know, there's just only so much an N64 can pull off. But yeah, that creeped me out in that game as well, especially if you're playing the Master Quest version where you got cows and stuff inside the walls, you know, being digested slowly. It's kind of disgusting. But anyway, the Sarlacc area of the game is actually very short. It's one of the shortest sequences we have to go through. And all we really need to worry about here is standing behind these wind pillars, because otherwise he's gonna suck us down all the way to the back of... I assume this is a throat. I assume. So basically stand behind these pillars and just don't go outside of them. You'll know the area's safe way, because all the safe spots, if you can see on the floor, are actually lit up slightly. So you'll know, okay, this is a safe area to go to, so stand behind the light. And Bob's your uncle. Seriously, it is kind of just... Its entire areas, this sequence is just disgusting, but I love it, you know. Areas like this when you're inside the digestive tracts of creatures just amuse me. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for part 10. So thank you all for watching, hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people, and when we return next time, we'll be finishing off Felucia's Act 2. So I'll catch you all next time. Bye!